Liam, you're in, is it Oregon?
What?
The state of Oregon. Are you in the state of Oregon? What state are you in?
I don't know. No, I'm in Salt Lake City.
Oh, you're in Utah. I don't know why I thought Oregon. Forget that. Forget I said that. Okay, so Liam, you're 10 years old?
8.
8. I am getting this all wrong. I thought you were in Oregon, you're 10, and instead you're in Utah and you're 8. We're off to a really good start.
Back.
Okay, awesome. All right, Liam. So the reason why, well, obviously I like to have our youth on this show just because I love to just showcase everybody. But I know that your dad had mentioned that you do origami.
Yes.
Okay, and then you started your own YouTube channel?
Not my own. He recorded me on his channel.
On his channel? But you want to eventually have your own? Okay, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm kind of new to YouTube too, in the sense that I just started this like 6 months ago. So I kind of have no clue what I'm doing, as you clearly saw. But Liam, I wanted to ask you, when it comes to your origami figures, like how did you get into that? Because I know when I was a kid, I thought origami was really cool. Like I thought it was really interesting. So how did you get into it?
I used to do drawing. I used to be in drawing, but now I'm in folding because I used to watch these drawing videos on a channel called Art for Kids Hub, and eventually I found folding videos. I watch one, and then I tell my mom about what I learned, and then for Christmas I get origami paper, and then I start doing real origami.
Okay. And did you watch other YouTube videos to figure it out as well? Is there a particular channel that you watch, or there are a ton that have different people doing origami?
There's one that I really like.
Oh, okay. And so I guess your goal is to kind of to be someone, because I'm assuming that these are adults, or are they kids too?
I do watch kids do origami, but mostly adults.
Okay, so you'll be a kid that's, because I mean, is that your goal, to be a kid that's showing other kids how to do it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I told my friends at school to watch it, and they did, and they did. They liked it.
So are you getting your friends into origami too then? Well, that's kind of neat, right? Then you guys have that in common now, and you guys can do them together, because that's actually a really cool activity to be able to do with your friends. Have you guys, done that together yet? Like origami play dates?
No.
Not yet. Well, I guess with COVID, or is it still difficult to see some of your friends?
Yeah, my friend is inviting me over to a play date next week, though.
Ooh, are you excited for that? Yeah, it's has it been tough for you not to be able to see your friends?
I'm not online. I go to school every day.
Oh, you do go to school. Okay, so then never mind.
Well, at first I went to school every other day, so I only went to school 2 days a week. The rest of the time I was online. And now they made an announcement that every kid who wanted to could be either online or full-time, and my mom chose full-time.
Yeah, I think at this point, it's probably a good idea now. I think it's tough when you don't get to see your friends or interact with other people for a long amount of time. I think it really does kind of affect you in a way that it probably makes you sad. I know it was making a lot of adults really sad too, right? So that's good. So I'm glad. And so what grade are you in then?
2nd grade.
How are you liking it?
It's great. I've gotten good grades so far.
Well, good for you. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite class or subject?
My favorite subject is library.
Library. Now, is that because you like to read or is it because it's quiet? You like to read. So what kind of books do you read?
Dogman books.
Okay. And what are those about?
Um, should I show you?
You can, yeah.
Dogman books are big chapter books that have basically like at first there's like a cup and a dog and then they turn into Dogman with the dog's head on the cop's body, and then there's two more characters. There's Little Petey and there's Petey. Petey,
okay.
Petey is a bad guy, but in the 7th book, he gets released from jail.
Oh my gosh! So he goes to jail in the book? What does he do that he goes to jail?
At first, he's a villain.
Oh, okay. So villain means that they're a bad guy. So obviously they do bad things. So what kind of bad things does he do?
I don't know. It doesn't.
They just say that he's a villain. They don't really get specific. Gotcha. You just know he's doing bad things and ends up in jail because of it.
Yes.
So are there a ton of like different books? So it's a series of them?
Yeah. This one's the brand new one. I got it for Easter.
Okay. I mean, it looks like it's a pretty thick book. I mean, that's a lot of reading. How long, like on average, does it take for you to read an entire book?
There's 212 pages in here.
Oh my goodness. So how long does it like usually take you to finish the entire book?
I read fast, so it takes 15 minutes.
What? So you're a speed reader?
Yes.
Wow, that's a really cool talent to have because that means you get through a lot more books than most of us do. I try to read, but you know what my issue is that I'll read it, but when I'm reading it, my head goes somewhere else. So then I'll realize I just have no clue what I just read. So then I have to reread it. You don't have that issue? You're lucky. That's awesome. So what, besides the Dogman books, what other kind of books do you like to read?
There's a series called Press Start. It's kind of like a video game book. It's about video game animals, and there's the main character, Super Rabbit Boy, and then they all live in Animal Town. And then there's another villain that does not go to jail this time, but Super Rabbit Boy has to defeat him every single book.
Okay, so I see a theme here. You like books that have villains and you like books with animals.
No.
No, but you like the animal part because it seems like a lot of these characters are animals.
I like animals, yes.
Yeah. Do you have animals at home? Do you have any pets?
Cat.
And what's the cat's name?
Wouse.
Is it a boy or a girl?
Wow. A boy.
A boy. What kind of cat is it? Like color wise?
White.
It's all white? Yeah, I grew up with cats.
He has a little bit of gray stripes on his head and his tail.
Okay. Is he a friendly cat?
Yeah.
Oh, so you guys are close? Like, does the cat sleep with you?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Well, he doesn't sleep with me, but we do have a bond together.
Yeah, I had a huge bond with my cat. My parents got a cat when I was a baby, and she lived up until she was 18 years old. So just imagine, I'm 18 years old and my cat is still with me all those years. So we developed a really, really special bond. I still have pictures with her. I still dream about her sometimes. She used to sleep with me. She was a Siamese cat. Do you know what Siamese cats look like? Have you ever seen the Disney movie, Lady and the Tramp?
Yeah.
You know the cats, the mischievous cats in the movie, the ones that the aunt comes and brings in. That lady obviously realizes they're not nice.
The two twin cats.
Yes, so those are Siamese cats. Now my cat wasn't as thin, and
like they don't have very much fur.
Yes. So those are Siamese cats. So I grew up with a Siamese cat, but mine was nice. The ones in the movie are very nice.
My cat also has a really fluffy tail. Not like those, there's like a round thing at the end, there's like fur all over it.
Oh, okay. And I mean, would you want like another animal? Because a lot of people, cats, they also want a dog. Like, have you guys ever, have you wanted a dog secretly?
No.
No. Oh. Is that your dad in the corner over there? That's so funny. Yeah, no, because I grew up with cats and dogs. So with both, but a lot of people like both. So that's why I was just asking. But they're a lot of work.
My friends across the street have hamsters, and sometimes they let me pet them.
Okay. I mean, but hamsters they're kind of interesting, right? Because they don't really do much except just in a hamster wheel. I mean, does your cat do anything special?
He likes to hide in corners.
I mean, hey, that's something. So tell me some more about like what you like to do, because sounds like you have some really cool talents, and I love that you read and that you do origami. Like, are there other things that you're really I guess passionate about?
No.
Do you even know what that means to be passionate about something?
No.
Okay, it means that you really, really like doing it. Like, it's like your heart's in it. Like, it's really something that just feels really like this is something I could do forever. Like, do you have any other passions, like things that you think that you'd like to do forever? And are you wondering if your dad's gonna tell you?
My dad teaches me jujitsu.
Okay, see, and that's something that you really like? Okay, see that you can have a passion for jujitsu. How long have you been doing it?
I used to do jujitsu classes last year, in 2019, but when COVID came, I couldn't. So my dad is teaching me now.
Okay, so you just got into it. It's not something that you've done for very long.
2019.
Yeah, okay. And well, then you're really blessed that you have your dad teaching you, because unfortunately so many kids couldn't go to the classes, so they probably stopped practicing, right? Then you continued practicing.
Yes.
Is your dad really good at jujitsu?
Yeah.
Or you're just going to say that to make him feel better? I'm sure he's really good. Yes. Hey, that's another great activity. Like, I love all the activities that you're involved in. Anything else?
I like to hang out with my friends a lot.
Okay. Do you have like a really good group of friends? Like, you have, some of your best friends?
Yes. So I have, let's see, 9 friends.
That's a good amount. And do you guys all hang out together at times?
Not my neighborhood friends. 4 of them are neighborhood friends. The rest are at school.
Okay, gotcha. But you know what could be really cool, and this is something that I would do when I was younger, because I had friends that were neighborhood friends and friends from school. But a lot of times when my friends from school would come over, I would introduce them to my neighborhood friends. So then they became friends. Have you done that yet?
No, I haven't had play dates with friends coming over besides parties.
Oh, okay. Well, at some point as you get older, it might be easier to do that, and you'll find that it's really cool to be able to bring them all together, because in that way you don't have to worry too much about like spending time with one person and not being able to spend time with the other. And sometimes it's really neat when you can just bring them all together and spend time all at this, at once. It makes it easier. So that's something you can consider as you get older. Now, Are you a big like video game player? Because I tend to talk to a lot of kids that are like huge into Fortnite and Minecraft. Are you not? Are you not a gamer?
I'm a gamer, yeah.
Oh, you are a gamer.
I play Minecraft with my friend over at the second cul-de-sac in our neighborhood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I just found out. I don't remember who I was talking to, but they went to high school with one of the creators of Minecraft or one of the founders or something. They had no idea, and then later they were like talking and they're like, oh, I created this game Minecraft. So I thought that was kind of cool that they went to high school with them. So Minecraft, and what other games are there out there that you play?
I do play. Have you heard of a game series called Metroid?
You know what, I haven't, so tell me about it, because
I have the game that came out, I think, in 1993. I think it's Super Metroid.
Okay, by the way, 1993 is when I graduated from high school. Just to give you an idea of like how far back that is. Okay, so but what exactly like do you do in the game? Like what's the concept?
You have to defeat all the bosses until you get to the final boss, which is Mother Brain, and then you have to escape the planet, and then you finish the game.
Are you even close?
Huh?
Are you even close to finishing the game?
I've finished it quite a few times.
Oh, okay. It's one of those where you just, even though you finish it, you can still replay it and it's still fun.
Yeah. But the only thing is you have to collect all these items. There's missiles, super missiles, power bombs, grapple beam, and x-ray vision. But there's also a bunch of other equipment that you can use. Like there's beams. There's normal beam, charge beam, ice beam, plasma beam, and spacer beam and wave beam. So, and then there's two suits. Actually, no, three. There's normal, varia, gravity, and then there's a bunch of abilities like morph ball, bomb, spring ball, and spring jump. And then there's also space jump. And then there's high jump, and then speed booster, and then screw attack. And those are all.
It sounds kind of complicated.
It's
no,
not.
It's not that complicated. Okay.
I watched tutorials on how to find all the items.
See, I don't know how I feel about that. Like where now you can go ahead and look up how to win a game or how to do everything, right? Like, I don't know, maybe kind of, does it make it any less fun when they tell you how to win a certain, no?
At first I play it, and then if I can't find any of the items besides the easiest one, which is morph ball, if I can't find any others, that's when I watch tutorials.
Okay, that makes sense. But it's like, what's the point of playing a game, right? If you find out right away how to beat it. But yeah, and it's always good because there are sometimes I'm sure, yeah, you get stuck and you're just like, I can't figure this out. So that's when it's good. So there's, okay, yeah, that's a game that I had never heard. Are there any other ones that are kind of popular?
There is Mario Kart.
Okay, now what console do you have? Do you have, what is it, Xbox, Nintendo, PlayStation?
No, I have the Nintendo Entertainment System.
Okay. Do they come out with like a new system pretty often or no?
No idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it means that, like, for instance, with Xbox and PlayStation, like they'll come out with a new system every couple years. So then, it's like in order to keep up, it's a lot. Like my kids have Xbox, that's their thing. And so anytime there's a new Xbox,
Minecraft with has a PS4.
Okay. Yeah, and so PS4 means that there was what, like PS1, PS2, PS3, now PS4, right?
My friend Mateo is trying to earn up to the new PS called PS5.
See, that's what happens is like the new games or the new consoles come out and then everybody wants the new updated one, right? So that's why I was just curious with Nintendo if that was like, the latest one, the one that you have. Not that it really matters, but it's like keeping up with everything. It always changes, right? That's what, and are you that kid that needs to have like the latest and the greatest? Or are you pretty cool about, pretty satisfied with what kind of things that you get?
I'm fine with the Nintendo, but I kind of want to soon get what's it called? The Nintendo Switch.
So what's the difference between what you have now and the Nintendo Switch?
Because Nintendo Switch, you can download games, but the Nintendo Entertainment System comes with random games, and I played them all already. That sometimes I just don't know what to play.
Oh, so once you have that system, there's only a certain amount of games you can use on it?
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. And so then the Switch, when you say download, does that mean it has like access to the internet in all those games?
You can. My friend says that he's got the Nintendo Switch, and he says that he can download games on it, which makes it so you can download Minecraft. You can download Fortnite. You can download a ton of different games.
Oh, okay.
Like Pokemon Go and stuff.
Yeah, it sounds like, sounds like a cool system to have, but like you said, I'm sure your parents are like, you got to earn it, right?
I didn't tell them that I wanted it yet.
Oh, well, now they know. No.
I just left.
Oh, yeah, but they're going to listen to this.
Oh, yeah, right.
It's okay. I don't think it's going to be a problem, Liam, if they know that that's what you want, especially, if you're the type of kid that understand that, you need to earn it and that you're not going to just get it just to get it because you want it. Right. So maybe now that they know that you want it, now that you guys can come up with some kind of way to get it. Right. Maybe because do you have chores that you have to do around the house or anything?
I don't really have to do chores to earn anything, but if I fill up a jar of balls, then that means that I can earn some money.
Okay.
And I need to work it up quickly. Well, I need to work it up a lot because Nintendo Switches are expensive.
That's what I figured. But like I said, I'm sure there's a way that you can earn it and work your way up to getting it, right? Like it's showing the value that, because you're young, so you don't understand, money is still a difficult concept to grasp at your age. Having to earn it, get a job, get a paycheck, and then spend it, and then how quickly your money how quickly you can earn it, and how quickly it can just, be spent. So it's important for you to understand that, like, it's not that easy for anyone just to go out and buy something, But no, but that's good. There's well now they don't know that you want a Nintendo.
Also, my friend Mateo said that PS5s are $300.
Yeah, I think the Xboxes are really expensive too. That's like my kids, they like the Xbox, but that's what we do like at Christmas time or their birthday. Like that's like their one big gift, right? Is we're like, if that's what you want, that's all you're gonna get. Because they can be expensive. But no, but that's cool. So gosh, you've got jujitsu, origami, reading, now video games, your friends. So and school. So it seems like you're a pretty busy kid. Like, are you those type of kids that pretty active throughout the day? Like up until you go to bed, you've got stuff going on? Yeah. Do you like that?
Yeah.
You like I like being busy too. How do you sleep? Like, are you a good sleeper? Like once you hit the pillow, you're like snoring?
No.
No?
Read to get myself asleep.
You know what? But a lot of people do that. I personally,
Did you know that it takes like 3 books to get me asleep? 3 Dogman books to get me asleep.
Well, I did not know that, but now I do know that. So 3 entire books. But then again, you just told me earlier that it takes you about 15 minutes to read a book. So if you read 3 books times 15, do you know what that is?
I thought my dad had a calculator on his desk.
Yeah. Well, here, we'll make it easier. What's 15 plus 15?
Let's see. So 30?
Yes. So then you have 30 and then you add another 15 to it. Can you do that? You can make it easier by adding 30 to 10 and then add the 5 after that.
60.
No, so you have 30 plus 10, so 40, and then you add the 5, so 45. So you have 45, so that's essentially 45 minutes. It takes you 45 minutes to fall to get to sleep because you have to read those 3 books 15 minutes each. I mean, I guess that's kind of a long time. I don't know. I'm one of those people where I think I'm really tired. I hit the pillow and then I just kind of toss and turn and I just keep thinking like, because I have so much going on in my head. So it takes me sometimes like hours to fall asleep. But at least at least you're reading. So do you dream about your books then? Or do you even dream? Do you even know if you dream or not?
Well, I don't often have dreams anymore. I used to, but I don't anymore.
Really? Has it been a while since you remember dreaming?
Yeah.
Do you wish you could remember if you dreamt or not?
I think it was a few months ago.
Yeah. Yeah, because I was just curious because if you're reading those books before you go to bed, I'm just wondering if you're dreaming about what you're reading and you're dreaming with those characters or not. But no. Do you remember any of your dreams from the past?
Mm-mm.
No. Yeah. Maybe as you get older, you'll be able to remember some. I dream a lot, and I tend to remember my dreams, and I like that. So that's why I was wondering if you were the same way. No. So tell me, I also like to. I wonder what kids like their favorite foods. Why? Because I myself love to eat. I love food. So I'm always curious, like if you have
hot dogs.
Oh, that was quick. Really? Hot dogs. Okay, hot dogs how? Bun and what else on it?
Ketchup.
Just ketchup?
Ketchup and buns.
Ketchup and buns.
But my mom doesn't often buy buns because she is allergic to nightshades.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, so then so you can just eat them without a bun. I mean, I used to eat them without a bun all the time and just with the ketchup. Do you add like french fries to it or veggies or what? Nothing, just the hot dog. Now, what about dessert? Do you have a sweet tooth? Do you know what that means to have a sweet tooth?
Anything besides dark chocolate. Anything besides dark chocolate.
Okay. Which the fact that you even know what dark chocolate is at your age, I mean, that's pretty impressive, I think. I didn't eat dark chocolate at your age.
Some of my mom's dark chocolate and I hate it.
It's definitely a different taste and it's an acquired taste because it's very like tart, isn't it? Like milk chocolate's so different because it has that sugary taste and then the dark chocolate doesn't have that. So then how about like, are you into like cakes and cupcakes and cookies or are you more like candy?
I'm into cakes or cupcakes, but I like the frosting my mom makes because I don't like the frosting sweetness. Okay,
I'm wondering if he makes
today, so that means she's gonna be making a chocolate cake with the avocado chocolate frosting that I like.
I'm gonna have to ask your mom about that avocado frosting because first of all, I love. Let's go ahead. Go ahead.
It's delicious.
Okay, I'm gonna have to ask her because I love avocados and frosting. I'm very particular about my frosting too, where I don't want it too sweet. But that sounds really interesting. So maybe, maybe your dad can give me your mom's info and I can reach out and be like, avocado frosting. How can I make it? So it sounds like you guys eat pretty healthy in your household.
My sister isn't exactly a healthy eater, even though she brushes her teeth. She doesn't like my mom's food.
Ooh, how old is your sister?
4.
Okay, well, 4,
I know, but like whenever my mom makes like a salad type of food, she'll be like, I don't want it. Yuck. And she'll run off.
So are you the oldest? So then you have your sister?
I'm the oldest, yeah.
Okay. And then you had another sister, right?
I just got a new baby sister named Maya. She's 7 years old and already knows how to crawl.
Okay. So, and I'm assuming you meant 7 months old, not 7 years old.
I
didn't know. So she's 7 months old. Okay. Yeah, because she's the one that kind of peeked in her head in the beginning with your dad. Do you like being the oldest? And then you're the only boy, so you're definitely a big brother.
Well, I don't like being the oldest because I'm the one who has to make the good decisions because my sister mimics what I do. So if I make a bad decision, my sister's going to copy me and I'll be in even more trouble.
Yeah, you know what? I'm also the big sister, and I will tell you this, I totally get what you mean. And it's sometimes a bummer, right? Because you feel like you have to do everything right because you don't want your little sister to make a bad decision. But, we all kind of make mistakes at times too. So that's like, it's a tough one because you feel, I'm assuming you feel a little bit of pressure.
I'm not the only boy. My cat is like my brother.
Okay, well, there you go. But how is your cat older than you?
Yeah, he's 15.
Okay, so then
and my dad said in cat years he's 95.
Yes, because you times it by 7. Whatever their age is by 7, and that's what they are in cat years. So yeah, that makes sense. But okay, so technically your cat is the oldest. But yeah, you make a good point there. But the fact that you even acknowledge that you even understand, like, my sister's watching me and paying attention.
My mom, I knew that from before, but for some reason, whenever I make a bad decision, my sister copies me. And then my mom has to tell me like every day that she mimics me. And I get it.
It's because you're the older brother. She loves you. She thinks you're, like, woo, everything. And so it's one of those things where it's natural for the younger brother or sister to want to mimic the older brother or sister. But you're right. It does add a little bit of like, I better make a good decision. But it sounds like, just from talking to you and just, hearing your dad say wonderful things about you, I can tell that you're.
By the way, I was not born from my mom.
You were not.
I was adopted.
And I knew that, but I didn't want to say anything because I didn't know if it was something that you wanted to share, because that's your story. But I love that you just shared it. So you're adopted.
Adopted. So usually on my adoption anniversary, which I think is on the 25th of May, my mom and dad set up a party for me.
That's awesome.
I can invite my friends.
So May 25th so you have adoption.
May 20th or May 25th. I don't know.
Oh, okay. So when's your actual birthday?
I was born in 2012, December 19th.
Okay, so you're a December baby, but you were adopted in May. And so let me ask you this, and you might not be able to really answer this. Do you feel like when you say that you're adopted, that some people kind of like, oh, like look at you a little bit differently or wonder what that means or how you feel about it? Like, do they question you? Do they do like, oh, okay, that's great, cool, you're adopted.
I only tell my friends. I don't tell anyone else. But
Gotcha.
my friends don't really look at me that way. They're like, "Oh, cool, that's great."
Yeah. And but that feels good, right? To know that they're not looking at you any differently or judging you because you happen to just, have parents that, have a mom that there's a friend of mine whose daughter likes to say that she was born from her birth mother's like belly, but she was born from her adopted mother's heart. So you were born from your mother's heart.
Yes.
So I think that's a beautiful way to say it. And I do know that that you're very, very blessed to have your parents. And I know that they're very blessed to have you. You guys are both very lucky to have each other. Do you feel that way?
Yes.
Yeah, I can tell. But that's awesome. All right. Well, I will let you get going because, it's one of those things where, I could personally talk forever. But I know that you have things to do and it is Friday. Do you have anything special planned for this evening?
No.
No, I don't either. It's all good. I'll probably watch, some shows or maybe some movies or something, just relax. But I appreciate you spending this time with me, Liam. It was really cool to get to know you a little bit better and to just hear about all the really great activities you do, your passions. You're a really cool kid. I mean, I love all of those things. So I can't wait to, at some point when you have your YouTube channel, when you get older, I'll have to find out about it so I can subscribe to it. And maybe I can learn how to do origami from your videos because I would love to learn. I just haven't done it yet.
If you go onto my dad's channel, I made an origami dragon.
Oh, okay. I'll have to. You know what? I think I actually subscribed to your dad's channel because of it, and I watched your video because he had talked about it. So I was really impressed. Right? Because didn't he do like the camera angle from above when you were doing it? See, I do remember watching it. Very cool. So you'll have to do more of those. Awesome. Maybe one of these days.
I made a second one, but he hasn't updated it yet.
Yeah, because I was going to actually ask you, do you know how to make a boat?
No.
No, maybe you can, because I would love to learn how to make a boat, because since my show is called Rock the Boat, I think it'd be kind of cool to have an origami boat, don't you think?
Like one of those mascots.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Just kind of like a mascot boat. I don't know, but yeah, I think it'd be kind of cool. So maybe you could figure out how to make one.
I do know how to make one.
Oh, okay. Well, I would love, I mean, maybe one of these days I can have you back on and you actually do the boat. And then maybe your dad or your mom can send it to me and I'll buy it from you. How's that? I'll buy it from you and it could be part of because I have kids. I have one kid, she's 10 and she makes clay figures. She made me a clay Rock the Boat. It's over there. I don't want to pick it up because I don't want to mess with it. But so she has Rock the Boat. So I bought that from her. And then I have another kid that did a drawing for me with Rock the Boat. So maybe we can come up with a way to do the video and then to hopefully send it to me and then I can paint.
Origami only takes paper, but with the boat, it only takes normal paper. It doesn't take square paper. It only takes the rectangle paper.
Oh, okay.
All you need is that plain white paper. Unless you have colored paper, you can use that.
Okay, well maybe we can schedule this again and maybe we can do it together. Like you can teach me and I can do it with you. Would that be a cool idea?
Yeah.
I think that would be fun. Okay, so yeah, so I'll have your dad schedule another time for us to do that. I think that would be really fun. All right. Well, I'm just going to stop recording. So you can just wave to the camera. I'll just stop and then